around the globe. Hot, fresh, balanced and objective. On Unity.
Hello and welcome to News Hour on Unity TV. The headlines. Christmas, Governor Lalong urges compassion, love and hope. Former Minister Dasuki felicitates with Christians, urged them to imbibe the culture of mutual respect, promote love, unity and peaceful coexistence in the country. IPOB's leader Nnamdi Kanu need heart surgery, council cries out. And on the foreign scene, Spain's King Felipe denounces war in Ukraine in Christmas speech. And in sports, I made mistake in World Cup final, referee admits. Those were the headlines, and for details and more of the stories, I am Rukayat Sani Ibrahim. Plateau State Governor Simon Bako Lalong has joined Christians in Plateau, Nigeria and around the world in celebrating Christmas, the birth of Jesus Christ, which he said is significant because of the message of hope, love and compassion it carries. Governor Lalong, in a Christmas message, said the coming of the Lord Jesus Christ gave hope to mankind and restored humanity from destruction. He said Christmas celebrations should therefore be a period where Christians demonstrate the attributes of Jesus Christ to the world and live up to his teachings by their conduct. While rejoicing with Nigerians, he said the celebrations should not be overshadowed by challenges that the nation is passing through, because there is light at the end of the tunnel. Lalong advised Christians to extend their love to those who are underprivileged or persons of different faiths, just as Jesus did during his earthly ministry, which earned him reverence and honor that is still being celebrated today. He called on Nigerians to unite and focus on living sacrificially as well as working for the general good, rather than being selfish, which is contrary to the lifestyle and teachings of Jesus Christ. The governor, while wishing Nigerians peaceful celebrations, called for vigilance against criminals who might be planning to use the Yuletide period to cause chaos and engage in activities that endanger peace and security of citizens. Former Minister of Information and Communication Alhaji Ibrahim Dasuki Salu Nakandai has urged Nigerians, especially Christians, to use the period of Christmas to imbibe the culture of mutual respect to promote love, unity and peaceful coexistence in the country. Alhaji Dasuki, in a goodwill message he personally signed and issued to Unity FM News Desk on Saturday, congratulated Christians for witnessing this year's Christmas celebration. He said that Christmas symbolizes the birth of Jesus Christ, who died to save the lives of his disciples, adding that throughout his lifetime, Jesus preached peace, honesty, love, and fear of God. The former minister, who is the chairman and CEO of Unity FM TV, JERS, stressed the need for people, irrespective of creed, to imbibe and put these virtues into practice. Alhaji Dasuki said that Nigerians should imbibe the spirit of love and forgiveness during the festive period to strengthen existing friendships and establish new ones. He also urged Nigerians to reflect on routine and spiritual deeds in the last 1 year and pray for better and prosperous years ahead, while conveying his felicitations to the Governor of Plateau State, Right Honorable Simon Bako Lalong, his deputy, Professor Soni Gwale Tioden, members of the Plateau State House of Assembly and the entire Christians in the state and Nigeria as a whole. Alhaji Ibrahim Dasuki Salu Nakandai called on the Christian faithfuls to help the needy among them, noting that it is one of the teachings of Jesus Christ, especially in periods like the Christmas. Aloy Ejimako, Council for Indigenous People of Biafra IPOB, led Nnamdi Kanu on Saturday, said his client needed heart surgery for a valve replacement. He urged the federal government to release the detained agitator so he can get medical attention. Ejimako tweeted a medical advice from Pink Rose Hospital Limited dated August 23, 2022, stating that Kanu has heart-related issues it described as life-threatening. Kanu was rearranged on January 19 before Justice Binta Nyako of the Federal High Court in Abuja. He pleaded not guilty to the 15-count charge, terrorism, filed against him by the federal government. He filed a preliminary objection to the charge, praying the court to strike out or squash them, which the Court of Appeal agreed with. On the same day, an Umahia High Court in Abia State awarded 1 billion naira damages to Kanu in a judgment on his fundamental rights suit. Kanu was accused of making a broadcast with intent to intimidate the population, in which he threatened that people would die the whole world. He said to have incited members of the public to hunt and kill Nigerian security personnel and their families. The federal government said Kanu directed IPOB members to manufacture bombs and to destroy public facilities, among other charges. Kanu has been in the custody of the DSS since his rendition from Kenya. A U.S.-based Nigerian, Peter Isola, has expressed displeasure over the unresolved crisis in the education system, saying the federal government should hand over the tertiary institutions for better management. Speaking at the Ikire campus of Osun State University during the commissioning of the professorial suite he donated to the university, Isola advised the federal government to partner states or allow the states to fix tuition fees to provide a sound education for the students. The Pro-Chancellor and Chairman of the Council of Uni Osun, Yusuf Ali San, commended the Ile-Ife-born Isola for his contribution to the ivory tower and enjoy management to take proper care of the infrastructure. Ali was recalled that the foundation of the suit was laid in July, appreciated the donor for delivering it within 6 months as promised. He charged philanthropists in the country to emulate the donor and support the university to have the suite in the remaining 5 campuses of the university. The Vice-Chancellor, Professor Clement Adeboye, stressed that the donor has proven that if corruption and rent-tapism can be eradicated, construction projects can be completed and handed over to client institutions within record time. He encouraged other Nigerians, and particularly indigenes of Osun State and Ikere land, to emulate the acts of kindness and philanthropy, saying, in whichever way we are capable, we should remember to always make some people positive impact on our society. Governor Simon Bakola of Plateau State has urged the Christian community in Nigeria to fully participate in politics and not see it as a dirty game. In a statement on Saturday, Dr. Makut Simon, the governor's spokesman, said when he hosted Northern Christian leaders in Jos, the governor enjoined Christian leaders to sensitize church members and make demands from candidates vying for political offices for a better country. According to Lalong, it is necessary for anyone to whom God gave the power to work for the interests of all Nigerians, including the Christian community, for its uplift and benefit of all. The governor said that is why Christians must work harder towards mobilizing their members to actively participate in the political process, to not only decide who leads them, but also have a say on the table when decisions are being taken for the general good. He stated that Christians could no longer afford to treat politics as a dirty game, thereby leaving it to some few people, and yet complain of marginalization and poor governance, saying that it is the church that has the solution to the whole world, since Jesus Christ called them the salt of the earth and light of the world. Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike has said that Uche Secondus is not a member of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, and therefore cannot speak either for or interfere in the affairs of the party. Secondus, the former national chairman of PDP, while alluding to Governor Wike, is reported in the media to have said that no one person has powers to impose a presidential candidate on Rivers voters. Governor Wike said Secondus was a middle-some interloper because he had been expelled as a member of the PDP by his ward in Andoni an action that was affirmed by a court of competent jurisdiction. The governor spoke at the inauguration of Uche Alu Omakwa Link Road that was held at Umuagbia Playground by Cross Junction, Umagwa, in Ikwere local government area on Saturday. Governor Wike emphasized that in any case, Rivers people will listen to him more than seconders because they can trust him as a leader who will continue to defend the interests of the state. Governor Wike asserted that it was not surprising that seconders, beclouded by his half education, preferred a poorly educated candidate, Senator Lee Maiba, to have emerged as senator over Senator Magnus Abe, a more educated Rivers son. Governor Wike said one of the reasons Rivers people cannot trust seconders is because of the ugly role he played in 2019. The Center for Transparency Advocacy says attacks on facilities of the Independent National Electoral Commission pose a great threat to the 2023 general election. The Programs and Communications Manager, CTA, Mr. McDonald Ekemezie, said this when he briefed newsmen in Abuja. Ekemezie said the security agencies must up their game to tackle continuous attacks on INEC facilities. He said these dangerous and criminal acts, if unchecked, could pose a grave danger to the 2023 general election. Ekemeze described the attacks as acts of arson, unpatriotic, and wondered why some people have constituted themselves into enemies of Nigeria's democracy, peace, and common sense. On the foreign scene, Spain's King Felipe VI denounced the Russian war against Ukraine and its consequences in his Christmas speech to the nation. The conflict has already caused a level of destruction and ruin that is hard to imagine, the monarch said in his Christmas address broadcast on radio and television on Saturday evening. Felipe warned of consequences of a war of global significance that has affected Spain's security. Against this backdrop, he said Spain must strengthen collective defense with its allies. At the same time, however, peace must be sought with the international community, democracy, and the European Union are the two pillars on which Spain's present and future are based, the 54-year-old explained. But there were three main risks facing democracies today. Felipe warned those were division, the deterioration of coexistence, and the erosion of institutions. In his speech, which was recorded a few days ago and lasted about 12 minutes, the head of state also spoke about the economic and energy crisis as well as inflation in many countries. Spanish families, he said, were badly affected by these. The rise in prices, especially food, is causing households to feel insecure, he also added. And in sports, the referee that officiated the 2022 World Cup final in Qatar, Simon Marshak, has said he made a mistake during his officiating at the Lusail Stadium. The Poland referee has been widely praised by both football lovers and professionals for his top-notch officiating of the final match between Argentina and France that saw the Lionel Messi-led Argentina side lift the trophy after an electrifying 120 minutes football that ended in a penalty shootout. Marshak on Saturday admitted that his widely praised officiating was not completely error-free. According to the Express UK, French media has slammed him for allowing Messi's extra-time goal to stand because three Argentine substitutes broke FIFA rules by entering the pitch before the ball crossed the line. Marshak fought back by presenting a screenshot of 7 France players standing on the pitch when Kylian Mbappe netted his equalizing penalty later in the game. While he tackled the game's big decisions excellently, he has, however, admitted that his performance wasn't completely error-free. Among Marshak's highlights were their rightfully awarded penalties and booked French striker Marcus Thuram for diving without consulting VAR. Argentina defeated France 4-2 on penalties to win the 2022 World Cup. With this bulletin, we've come to the end of our story for today. You can follow us on our social media handles at Facebook and Instagram and Twitter at Unity Radio FM TV, respectively. My name is Rukayat Sani Ibrahim. Thank you for watching and enjoy the rest of our programs. Unity.